Pimpin Ken. Log on to www.pimpinken.net. Get my new book, The Art of Human Chess, by myself, Pimpin Ken. We're going to be reading from Law 36, page 39. Be internationally known, nationally recognized, and locally accepted. And I'm going to be reading from where it says, "The ism. Had I stayed only in Milwaukee, there would never be a Pimpin Ken. I think back to those old pimps, and I wonder if they ever knew what it is like to be written about in French, Japanese, Spanish, and Yoruba." Yeah, that is the key to success. It's okay to build a name locally. It's okay to build your brand in your own community. But at some point, you're going to have to take it to the next level, which is nationally. You know what I'm saying? And that takes, hiring a publicist, probably getting in bed with a few good people that may be in the entertainment world who you can, kind of like springboard off of. People like, in the case of myself, I use guys like 50 Cent, I use guys like Nelly, I use guys like Juvenile, Little John, Too Short, E40, Snoop Dogg, and the list goes on and on and on. And I use those guys to springboard off and to build my brand. But at the same time, I was building my brand nationally because these guys were nationally known. I was just a local guy, but once I connected with these guys and I connected with HBO and I connected with Vibe magazine and Source magazine, then that took me to a national level. Well, America is one of the most respected countries in the world. And being that we're one of the most respected countries in the world, once you reach that national level, then automatically people on the international level begin to pay attention. And, I didn't want to just do my thing in the United States. I went and I visited Canada. I went over there. I kind of worked some jelly over there and kind of built my brand a little bit over there. I was able to call a few companies that was international. I was able to send them product, and I kind of spread it, on an international level. Now, I end up doing a deal with the people whom book I'm reading from. The people who actually published the book, Simon Schuster. And from doing that book with Simon Schuster, what I was able to do was I was able to take myself international. So now my book is written in all these different languages. So although I'm not able to be in Yoruba, French, or Japanese, or Japan, or what have you, but I'm able to be there, in thought and through my art form, my work, which is my book as an author. So, that's when I say be internationally known. I'm internationally known from my work. I'm nationally known from the people that I connected myself with. This is one of the things that you have to do. This is what I'm saying in this chapter. Connect yourself with the right people. Link up with people who can extend your brand, people who can take you to the next level, people who are, on a national level, who are doing things, people who are in the entertainment world, who are in the sports entertainment world, or whatever business or whatever field of endeavor that you may feel appropriate for your personal self, or how you feel that you can better, build your brand. And then locally, you want to also be strong, because no one can make it anywhere if they can't make it at home. One of the main things, that I hear a lot of people say, if you're not respected in your hometown, then you're not going to be respected anywhere else, because that's where everything is honed. That's where you get your skills from. That's where you get your talent from. That's how you learn how to mingle. That's how you learn how to deal with other people. Whether you go to the university, whether you go to a technical college, whether you read a book, you're still going to, charity starts at home and then it spreads abroad. So that's very important in this chapter. First of all, build yourself locally within your own community. Then link up with the people who can give you that national status. I know a lot of guys say, well, man, I want to be the biggest rapper, I want to be the biggest singer, I want to be the biggest entertainer. Okay, one of the ways of doing that, as I just stated earlier, is that you have to link up with the right people. And then, it's impossible for you to travel the world, because the world is so vast and it's so big, but you can travel the world through your work. So my book allows me to be international. My films allow me to be international. All of my artistic work allows me to be artistically international. So that's one of the things that you have to master. You have to master all of the sequence in the sequential order which I just displayed. Local, national, international. and then you will find yourself being that person that I'm talking about in this chapter, Law 36. Thank you. We're going to move on to the next chapter.